There we go. We are shooting a live Dirt Shed show. So
in case you hadn't noticed.
If you never noticed.
And this week, the theme is talking about our biggest challenges, Blake.
Biggest moments, indeed.
Yeah, or our greatest accomplishments, maybe?
It's all coming up in this week's Dirt Shed Show. Yes, welcome to this week's Dirt Shed Show with myself, Blake Samson.
I'm Neil Donoghue.
And I'm Anna Cipullo from Tech.
Yeah, and we are in Austria, Saalbach, for the Global Bike Festival 2023, and we've got our lovely audience in front of us as well. So
Look.
They are beautiful people, are they not?
Oh, yeah.
They're all gorgeous.
All beautiful.
Every single one of them.
So it's day one of the festival. Hopefully everyone's been out on their bikes riding today. I haven't actually, but you guys have.
We've done some laps.
Did some riding, and we played on the hoppers as well in town. I'm all like hopped up from the hoppers now.
I'm ready for later. There's a live show coming.
Yeah, and the theme of this week's show is talking about our greatest challenges, and we're going to ask the audience as well.
Oh yeah.
Blake, we'll start with you. What do you think has been your biggest, toughest, most fun challenge you've ever done? Doesn't have to be GMBN, we'll talk about whatever.
Working with you, Neil.
Oh, biggest challenge.
That's the biggest challenge.
No, I've done a few horrible rides. Mega avalanche.
No, yeah, on a hardtail.
On a hardtail was the hardest one.
No one made you do that. You chose to.
No, I actually chose to do it, yeah. And then I said maybe on a fat bike, and I thought, what am I doing? I'm stupid.
Because it's really tough, isn't it? It's rough, fast, snowy at the top.
It's snowy.
It's a long race.
Yeah.
Big old climb in the middle.
Exactly.
And
It doesn't feel like a big climb.
Does it not?
But when you're knackered, it's
Obviously,
horrible.
super rough on a hardtail. Was that the best idea you've ever had?
Stupidest idea.
Yeah, stupidest idea.
Fortunately, you're doing it again this year.
I am with a very special guest, Hank.
Yeah!
I'm doing it with Hank.
Can a roadie do mega
On
avalanche?
a road bike.
Doing it on a road bike, Hank?
No.
He's not.
No, he's not.
I can't let him I can't let him one up me.
We haven't
But
got
I'm
the
gonna take him
insurance
down.
for that.
We're gonna go down together. We're gonna
That's
go down
on
and see what's gonna be
It's
like.
on a lot of people's bucket list. Anyone here done the mega avalanche? No one? Anyone?
No
You need to do it. Someone
They're
needs
not
to do it. It's
stupid.
brilliant.
I want to do
They're
it
not
next
silly.
year.
Yeah.
I want to do it next year.
Anna, what's the biggest challenge you've ever had or done?
I've done a lot of like stage races, cross country and enduro stage races, like Trans Costa Rica, Trans Savoie, but the biggest one was Trans Pyrenees, which was like 1,000 kilometers in 6 days, 22,000 meters of climbing and descending. And to me, it was the weather. Like the weather just changed so much. You go from boiling hot in the valley to like freezing cold at the top because you'd be like above like 1,500 meters.
Did you take a suitcase?
we nicked some free newspapers at the top and just stuffed it down our jerseys
there
to
you
get
go.
like the wind chill off. So like top hack for you there.
It's an old roadie trick, isn't it?
Yeah,
You go
it
top
is,
of the
yeah.
mountains. Yeah, I'm going to say one of those races. Well, I did the Andes Pacific. I've done it twice. Well, I've done it 1.5 times actually.
You did, didn't you?
Because those races, like, they're really hard, but they accumulate. So they're 6-7 days.
Yeah.
And by the third or fourth day, it's really hard. You're tired, and they're like thousands of meters of descending. And the second time I did it was with you, Blake.
Yeah.
We had the best trip ever.
Incredible.
We'd gone to the downtown race.
We did.
We had a great time.
What was it? Valparaiso?
Yeah,
Did
we
that.
had a rooftop party till 4
That's
a.m.
actually a stupid idea.
Then we
as
went
well.
to Patagonia. That was amazing. We always talk about that.
You're just showing off.
Yeah, and then I went to Andes Pacifico, and I think day 3 I crashed and ended up in hospital, and I was there for a week in hospital. So I guess injuries are the toughest things I've faced.
Yeah.
But
Weren't we genuinely worried about you on that trip?
Could have lost his
you
leg,
could have
really.
lost your leg.
Yeah.
On
Yeah,
that
for
crash.
a while. But I think that wasn't such a bad injury, to be fair. But I always find when you're off the bike for a while, it's tough. But I feel like you love it. By the time you get back to riding, and you soon forget about that. But probably the hardest
Time
thing.
off the bike is good.
Yeah.
Sometimes, not all the time.
Not all the time.
The challenging parts of the races that I did is what made the race great. Like the easy ones were dull. There's no story, right?
Yeah,
so
no.
it is the challenge that makes it an accomplishment for sure.
The emotional part at the end.
Do you think we should ask the audience
I think it's
what
time
we
we
should
ask the
do
audience.
next?
Yeah.
I guess
Or what
we're
Or
they've
we ask
done.
the audience what they've done.
Yeah, exactly.
But hands up, who's had an incredible accomplishment? Who's really proud of something they've done?
It doesn't have to be on bike.
Or like a crazy event you've done that you almost didn't make it through. Anyone?
Come to Austria and not get injured.
That guy!
Oh, we've got one.
Well, maybe just breaking basically half my right side, smashing my shoulder, and then getting back on the bike
Yeah.
after like 2 months in intensive care and sepsis, and learning to use my arm again, and then getting it back on the bike and enjoying it, and that man there was an inspiration on training and getting my ability back. And
Thank you very much. Yep.
Well done. Well done.
So there we are, our toughest moments and some of the crowd, but now it's time for the news.
What's up everyone, I hope you don't mind a quick break from the festival proceedings now to chat with you about the news from Leogang, an event which marked the very first occasion that Enduro, XC and Downhill have all happened in the same place, same time, one big happy mountain bike family. Starting off with the Enduro, 6 stages in the saddle and 4,800 metres of descending. Jack Moyer sitting this one out due to sickness, and of course we're missing Iago Garay with a brain aneurysm which onset in finale. Fiancé Ella Connolly is out supporting him as well, but we're stoked to see that he's on the mend, and of course all the best Iago from everyone here. Bit of bike park in this race, but a lot of chunky alpine tech as well. Debut victory for Reese Werner, carrying incredible form from finale, and a first elite men's win for Forbidden. Richie Rude second, Alex Rudeau third. Series leader Jesse Melamed plagued with crashes and mechanicals in this outing, but still managed 10th place, handing the series leader title to Rude. After a rough stage 1, Isabeau Cordelier started acquiring a lead stage by stage, but Gloria Scarzi definitely gave her a run for her money, another fantastic second place finish from her. Morgan Shaw came in third. In the elite downhill, it was one corner causing particular trouble, the tricky chicane and drop into the finish straight. Jackson Golston ran wide in finals when he was probably on for the win after a mesmerising run, and Finn Isles actually had a bit of a swap on coming in. Shout-outs include Ronan Dunn, who put down a killer time, Danny Hart, who was attacking the steep so hard he ripped his front tyre right off, and Remy Meyer-Smith, who pedalled a tree mid-run. Also Phoebe Gale, as a first-year elite, landed an incredible 5th spot. The main story, of course, though, is that it's good to be Austrian in Austria. Andreas Kolb secured his first Elite World Cup win on home soil alongside Valley Hall, both of their first wins at a home venue, and the first time both winners of a Downhill World Cup have both been Austrian. Camille Valanche and Loic Bruni second, Rachel Atherton and Jackson Golston, despite his near miss, third. XCC saw Pauline Ferrand-Prévot and Jordan Saru take their first wins of 2023, and the XCO was run in some brutal heat. Definitely a climbers course this one, as the elite women's race saw Puck Peters disappear off into the distance to a solo win, never to be seen by a lot of the field again, as she maintained a gap of over 40 seconds for most of the race. There was some chopping and changing behind her though, Mona Mitterwallner having a great race and gradually making her way forward throughout to finish second, and another Austrian, Laura Stiger, in third. The men's race saw a lot of position changes between De Freudmont, Schwarzbauer, Hatherley, Sink, Dubau, Forster and Flukiger, who at one point looked like he would ride away with it until a rear puncture forced a wheel change. In the end, it was Lars Forster out front who built himself a great lead on the last lap from Schwarzbauer in second, Sink in third. Just time to very quickly mention a couple of new releases, and I mean very quickly. Hope have a new CNC machine dropper lever, and Deity have dropped a limited edition Phantom copperhead stem, which was exclusively available in their Darkroom and Darkroom pop-up shops. Beautiful white stem here, a real throwback, that one. All right, that's all from me this week. Let's catch up with Toff for the Sickest Thing.
Right, this week's Sickest Thing is this crazy new video from Clemens, Kaudela and PROPAIN. I've actually not really heard much of Clemens before, which is really weird because he's like 3 times King of Darkfest. But after seeing this video, I'm definitely a fan. That super flip he does is just so perfect, isn't it? Like no faults in that. And you can tell he just went so hard for this video. He does that like techie, like steep bit with the drop, and he just lands and it's just like such a crazy headbang. And then he also just like slams so hard on that 3, but obviously at some point gets up and carries on filming. Because the ender is absolutely insane. Like what in the Robbie Borden was that? Like gotta be one of the biggest sands for so long. It's actually massive. Right, that's my Sickest Thing this week. Time to go back to the shed.
All right, I can see a few GMBN jerseys and t-shirts in the audience, but this is our plug for our GMBN shops. We've still got a 50% sale off some of our casual stuff. We've got the navy and red jersey, plus 40% off mountains, green tea, indigo tea, and olive hoodie. So there you go. Cheap GMBN merch.
So what if you were to buy one for 50%
we did this
off?
last week, mate.
But you buy 2, you get...
No, I can't remember what the maths works out.
You pay for
one.
40% off.
No, you get...
40% is more complicated now. We were doing
I
buy
don't
one,
wanna
get
do
one
that.
half price last
50%
week.
off makes it...
Do you go do the song? We're doing the song.
We're doing the song. Are we going to sing that song? There we go.
Go for it.
Ready? Yes, it's time for Hacks and Bodges time. But before we get into it, ready for it?
Yeah.
Hacks and Bodges, Hacks and Bodges, Hacks and Bodges, Hacks and Bodges, Hacks and You love it. He loves it.
You wouldn't even have noticed if I was. I didn't need to.
No, but that was in homage of Mr. Ashton.
Terrible excuse.
Anyway.
Hello, Martin.
Yeah, Martin can't be here, unfortunately. Anyway, we'll get into it. This is Graham, who has built this bike stand. We get a lot of bike stands sent in. He's made out of some scrap metal left over from a job. He's an old jack handle, converted a wall mount.
I love the wall mount. There's a bit of welding, actually. The welding on that's
I
actually
love
pretty
bike
good.
stand
Really?
hacks.
I love welding.
This.
Everyone needs
I'm
a bike
learning.
stand.
Look at the space saving on that. It's amazing.
That's the thing with a bike stand, right? If you've got one at home, in your garage, or in your room, doesn't it take up a lot of room?
Yeah, and how many times have you kicked it?
I just don't
walking
want
through?
it in my garage. That,
This is good.
Up there, it's empty space.
Yeah, I'm saying
Do
hack, but I'm guessing.
we ask the audience,
We do.
raise your cards. Is that a hack or is that a
It's
bodge?
definitely a hack.
That is 100% green hack.
This is Ethan, who has got a 2023 Commissar Meta SX. I've always mounted my bike to a cheap Amazon bike rack using the rubber mounts that came with the rack, but because of the top tube mounting rear shock on the Meta, I've had to make something. So
Make something. This guy's gone to
took a
town.
3D scan using my phone and an app called Polycam of the bike mounting to the car with the stock rubber mounts, and basically used a 3D printer.
He's got a video on it. Look at this.
Yeah, that's so good.
Look, how did you get that?
So he's 3D printed a thing that will go around his shock so that his actual
Cheap
rack
Amazon
would
rack can get on it.
go onto the top tube.
I think that's
incredible.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, it's so good. Yeah, those 3D printers, like almost everyone's got them these days, haven't they?
I think
All
that's a
using them.
hack.
Well, it
What
kind
do
of
you
feels like a
reckon?
bodge because it's not
Well,
it's not the right.
it's a
but he's done
well-hacked
it, yeah.
bodge,
I
isn't
mean,
it?
A bodge?
Maybe.
Hack or
maybe.
bodge, guys? Hack or bodge?
What do you think?
What are you
Hack,
saying?
bodge.
Oh, there's some
Bodge.
bodges.
A little bit.
Which is
Bodge.
5 bodges.
Yeah.
The rest is hack.
Anything
It
I've
is a
seen-
hacky bodge.
Everything I've seen 3D printed just breaks.
But, right, so the thing is with that, how much would the printer cost? How much would all that time cost? You might as well buy a brilliant.
Buy a better rack.
Might as well do. Next up is this.
Oh,
Now,
okay.
I do like making things to make life easier to carry your bike. Right? To make life easier by carrying your bike, I think that is good.
Still gonna have to strap them down, surely though.
Yeah, you do, but well, it saves them rattling around and the thing.
It depends. If you can get the back wheel in, that's quite secure. And then you can just latch it
I think
with the
it's
bungee.
I think it's a hack.
So let's go. Let's vote again.
Using old
It's a bodge,
frames.
yeah, it does look like a bit bodgy.
It's way more 50-50 on
It
that.
is
one.
a bit 50-50. What do you think at home? Let us know. Right, next up.
This looks familiar.
This is a hack.
I think the guy who made this is a hack.
Yeah.
This is although you keep banging on about this Jeep, and every Jeep we've driven past on the way from Munich to here, you've said dream car, but you sold that to buy a van.
I did, yeah.
So can't be that cool.
Yeah, but now he wants a Jeep again.
I do want a Jeep again.
So
What's
we're
special?
voting for Blake's hand-built bike rack for the back of the
Yeah.
Jeep. Is that a hack or a bodge?
Hack. There's no red, yes.
100%.
There's a bodge.
This guy! Get out!
That's not a link. No, that's far from it.
So,
That one.
how did you make this? How is this a hack?
Well, I made it from scratch,
Yeah.
but the tube is actually seamless. So it's roll cage tubing, so it won't break.
Really?
Yeah.
That is defo a hack.
What's to do with that? When you sold the Jeep, you sold the rack as well.
No,
You still got it.
still got it.
It's because he's going to get a Jeep again,
another
isn't
Jeep.
he? This guy.
We're now on to Blake's wheelie bar. If anyone's seen the video, it was like a drag race inspired.
I got too much. Yeah, what?
Well, did it work? Main thing.
It worked. I didn't.
Can you now
loop out.
wheelie?
Kinda. I didn't loop out, and it actually did the job.
I did see
But
it
it is
fall
one
off,
thing
though.
I need. But it.
You did fall off though.
I did sideways.
I need to go on this because I think this would help me like get over the fear of looping out.
Yeah, no, it does work. I think I need a bodge a bit on the end, so it's a bit like a fishtail. Because when you go down, it's stuck.
Aw.
It can't move. So
Does anyone like this? Would anyone like to try this out and learn to wheelie? Anyone who can't wheelie? There's a lot of no's going on.
Well, at the end of the show, I'll get the orders at the end.
So
Cash out on this.
what is it? Hack or a bodge? What are we saying? Hack or a bodge?
Hack.
Yeah, yeah.
bodge.
That's pretty
Hack,
close.
hack.
yeah.
I think they're talking about you're a hack.
Yeah, like bodge welding.
I mean, normally we give away a prize for
Oh.
the best bodge, but you are featuring 3 of these, so
Yeah.
you can't really give away a prize this week.
We can.
I think we can give it to the chap that made this 3D printed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's quite
all
good.
agree?
Well, that or the stand.
So-
Green for the stand, and then red for the 3D printed guy. What are we saying?
Oh, who's counting?
For the stand.
The stand.
They're stand. They're
Right.
into the stand.
So the audience has voted for Graham, so send us your information. I'll send you a stunt mug. We don't have a stunt mug.
We don't have a stunt mug.
Can I throw a cowbell?
Oh, no, there's a lot of
It's a lot of
precious
kids
people out there.
in the front row.
Anyway, if you want to get involved with Hacks and Bodges, there's a uploader linked in the description down below. Send them in. More bodge, the better. Right, it's time for the bike vault, and we've got a super nice cowbell, but we've got some cowbells in the audience. So if it's a super nice someone in the audience that's got a bell, ring away. But we're going to kick it off with a Norco.
Let's get in. What is it? It's a Norco Fluid FS
Yep.
in Alberta, Canada. Well, it's finally nice enough to ride dirt, I guess. In Alberta, it gets pretty cold. It's carbon 30 trail wheel set from BT Loss. I don't know.
I like it. I like all the red.
For 1-up bar stem seat post. Archer. Have you seen that? It's the wireless shifting that goes on the. You see it there?
So the
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
that's
pretty
actually
clever.
super nice.
What are we thinking? I think it's probably.
Yeah.
Super nice. The hack. Super nice on that one.
Gotta be.
Yeah.
Next up, ooh, a purple number.
Yeah.
Look at that.
This
beauty. That's
is-
super nice straight away.
This is a score.
incredible photo.
We don't see many scores.
No,
I
we
believe
don't. I
They're a
think they're
Swiss brand,
beautiful.
are they not?
Score?
I think they're
I
from
think-
this neck of the woods.
I think you might be right.
This is Rito score 4060 LT. Just some photos of bikes. I'm
It's
actually
nice.
in love with this bike.
Super nice.
Oh yeah, I'm going
Super
for
nice.
it. I'm
I'm
going
super
for it.
nice.
That is super nice.
It's like being in the
Yeah,
Swiss Alps.
they liked it.
Sounds like
It
it
is.
is.
Yeah, loads of cows coming.
Cows in the studio.
Right, this is the best colour for this brand.
Orange.
Orange on an orange. You hardly see it. They're always white.
It's
No, you're
grey or
absolutely
black.
right.
Switch 6, fizzy orange it says. Isle of Arran, Ayrshire, Scotland. Looks good up there.
Yeah.
Beautiful, isn't it?
I love that this isn't covered in colourful hope. Like, sorry, I like it when it's colour
All
coordinated.
black, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it looks
All
brand
black.
new because
Yeah.
he's still got that orange, well, that red thing on his front.
Oh, he
quick
does.
Colin says
Yes.
this
Brand new.
was Colin says this bike was a gift, having passed an extremely challenging work course.
Whoa.
That's good, that is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow.
When do
Yeah,
I
when
get
you-
one of those for just
when you do a
passing
course,
this?
Alan.
You do. So what are we saying? We're saying it's a super nice. That's a super nice.
Right, Gregory's another Norco, it's a Sight A1, brand spanking 2023 in Quebec, Canada. Nice part of the world.
Nice
Look at
depth
the-
of field.
I know, depth.
Beautiful.
It's
isn't
done
it?
by phone because you can see it's cut off its hose.
Yeah, it has a little bit, but it's still pretty.
It's still very pretty.
So Gregory doesn't get to ride in winter. Gets very cold. Has anyone here seen On Any Sunday, an old motorbike film?
Yeah.
Well,
Wow.
they do the ice motorbike thing, you know, like the speedway on the ice, on that bit right in front of the city. So it obviously gets super cold in Quebec, so you can't ride your mountain bike. I guess you ride fat bikes.
yeah, I love fat bikes.
Yeah, and then in summer you get your mountain bike out.
Yeah.
There you go. What are we thinking? I'm thinking that's got to be.
I don't
Are
think
we going?
I think super nice.
Oh.
Everyone.
Whoa.
Like
It's
it.
harsher when someone else does it.
Rolling into the next one
Ooh.
smoothly. There you go.
Common Sal from
Doesn't
Brandon.
matter. I've never seen it in
In
lilac. Is that a custom?
Lilac purple?
That is
Greneside
delightful.
Woods. This is where Steve Pete lives. Actually, I've ridden those woods. It's really
nice bike.
techy. Some
Nice
quite
bike.
steep stuff. Brand new frame after pre-ordering it in June 2023. Just showed up. Pacific Northwest Loam Dropper GX drivetrain. Öhlins shock Lyric fork up front. Hope Pro 4 rear hubs.
Nice. I like it.
Nice.
Super nice. We've got the super nice pretty much quite a
I
lot.
mean,
now.
that would be pretty hard.
Are we saying they're all-
I think it's a super
They're
nice.
all super nice.
Super nice. Next. I had to put one in. Look at it.
Is that a custom? Have they sprayed up the front, or
Looks
did it
like
come that way?
Don't know. The stem's the same colour.
Very matchy.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Look at that.
I love it.
I think it is a colour because look at the special logo on the
yeah.
fork leg.
Very nice. Good
That's
his bike.
nice.
20 inch, I guess. Was it maybe slightly bigger? I don't know.
It's got a chain device on it.
I mean,
Bash guard for those gnarly drop-offs.
exactly.
Super nice. We don't want a little one crying now, do we? Look at that canyon.
Oh, white on
canyon.
white.
This is Frank's
Stoic
Canyon
2.
Stoic 2, Folsom Lake, California. I've got a green Stoic, it's a fun bike. This is our first family outing since finishing the personalisation of my new Stoic. Spank riser bar and seat. Go on, Blake, what do you say?
Some big
It's a
risers.
big rise on that
Yeah.
bar, isn't it?
Oh, it is Spank to those super high bars, aren't they?
It's like a
free
3-inch.
ride.
Yeah.
40mm trooper stem, cheap drop posts.
It's nice.
I like it.
Yeah, it's
A
nice.
good hardtail. It's hard to beat sometimes. Isn't it?
No, you can't. It's nice.
Yeah.
Blake, you like
It's nice.
hardtail?
I love a hardtail.
Do you?
We're saying
What am I
it's
saying?
nice.
It's nice.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Let's
go
go
then.
You just want to ring the
I'm
bell.
a big fan of a hardtail. Can't not.
Yeah.
Wow, look at this.
Oh man, look at that. Tie.
Now that. What is
I
it?
love a tie in aluminium. They always look like really utilitarian in a good way.
But what is it with the back end of a motorbike looking at down from the back of a motorbike or a bicycle?
But it looks good.
It looks way better.
Yeah, it looks. It
Doesn't it?
looks
From
like
the
it's going
front,
to
it's
go.
like, yeah,
it looks
but
like it's
from the
going to
back-
go without you,
Yeah.
doesn't it? It's going to go and shred.
Was it F's biking south of Germany? Updated the bike over time with colour matching stem and pedals from Spank. Loads of Spank parts.
Oh yeah.
So it's chainring and tubeless valves from E13, matching colours. So
such
people
good
thought
Yeah, no,
this.
I love that bronze with the like sort of terracotta
Look,
mud.
they're going for it already, yeah.
They're going for it.
Super
Yeah.
nice, yeah. Next.
No. Next.
Oh man.
Nuki. That's a giga, isn't it?
Yeah.
State of that.
Taj is.
Murdered out.
It looks
Murdered
good.
back.
I used to have a 27. I've actually just got a brand new mixed wheel size Giga. Very nice. I'm not built up yet.
Stop
so
it. You-
Oh,
I'm getting jealous. but
180 mils and
With the purple grips.
27.5.
If you had the haze purple brakes, wouldn't that set that off really good?
It would set it.
What do you think? This is in Port Gamble, Washington. What do you think? 27.5 still a good bike for hitting jumps, Blake?
Please.
Still your favourite or not? Mixed wheel? What's your favourite wheel size?
Mixed wheel.
I'm a mixed wheel guy.
Yeah, I
mixed
am
wheel
as
guy.
well.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
I didn't like
I
it.
am.
Didn't like it,
Yeah.
but no,
No,
I
you
am.
love it.
Yeah.
Convert.
What we're saying for that,
Heard it
everybody.
here first.
Super nicing that. Oh, a Marin or a Marin?
Marin. I'm a
Marin.
Marin person.
Marin. It's hard to change.
Marin.
I've said it 20 years. Everyone calls it Marin is the town.
Marin.
but
Marin.
Everyone said that. Rickson 2. This is Tim's bike at home. My first full suspension bike, having been away for 20 years.
Whoa.
Not ridden for 20 years. Just added the blue pedals and grips. More colour matching. We love it.
Matchy matchy.
Marzocchi bomber up front.
He's still got his reflectors on.
Looks brand spanking.
Just saying.
Just sorry, sorry, but he's.
He might commute.
Maybe.
I'm not.
Does
I'm just
still have the
saying.
disc on the back as well.
And he's. I think it's brand new,
Yeah,
out
maybe.
the box, fresh.
Maybe 20 years in the wait in this thing.
What
Yeah.
we're thinking, we can't finish on a nice, surely.
Is this the
what's everyone
end?
voting for? Nice. Okay.
I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry, Tim. It's a nice bike.
It is
Super
nice. It is
Harsh.
nice.
It's
But
nice.
should we all ring our bells anyway? Yeah, go.
So there we have it. That is the Bike Vault. If you want to get involved with it, again, there's a link in the description. Upload your bikes to it. You might get nice. You might get a super nice.
Right, coming up on GMBN this week, on Saturday I went and rode with a guy called Jeremy McGee, who is an adaptive rider in a wheelchair, was paralysed 20 years ago. He's an amazing rider. He absolutely shreds. Went for a ride in Bentonville. He did have a massive crash, but other than that, he was riding amazingly.
Did you see the crash?
Yeah, I did. I was right behind him.
camera?
Yes, we've filmed it all.
Sorry.
And he's sponsored by Sierra Nevada beer as well. So we.
Is that why he crashed?
No, that was the beers came after. Check that video out. It was amazing. Loved hanging out with him as well.
Brilliant. Anna?
I'm looking forward to the e-biker versus pro cross-country rider, because the pro is actually none other than Isaac Mundy, our
very
new
fit.
GMBN presenter, who's like fresh off the cross-country World Cup scene. And I feel like I've seen some clips and it is close. It's
And
fun.
the e-bike rider is Matt, who's one of our creators, like Leo down there, who likes a beer, likes a smoke, but is very fast and he's riding his e-bike. And
Yeah.
it was good. It was
He's
quite
very
interesting.
fast.
He's
Yeah.
very fast. He usually podiums, so it was a close challenge. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the festival vlog.
Well, of
that I'll be
course.
shooting from the festival that we are at right
And
now.
you guys are all going to be it, I think.
Hopefully.
Yeah, all of you guys on TV.
And that's it for this week's Dirt Shed Show. So thanks for everyone for being here. We've enjoyed it, and we'll enjoy the rest of the festival as well, I hope.
Yeah. Woo! Thanks, guys. Thanks.
And that was the rehearsal, so we'll see. We did that, I think Martin did that joke last time.